that I must be about my Father's business? Well, Satan is an ardent student of Bible prophecy. He knows that all things are laid out ahead of time in Bible prophecy. And I want to give you an example. The devil took Jesus up into the holy city and setteth him down upon a pinnacle of the temple and said unto him, If you are the Son of God, cast yourself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. This is Satan speaking to Jesus. He's taken Jesus to the top of the pinnacle of the temple, and he says, jump off. It says somewhere in the Bible that the angels will protect you. I want to show you this because I want you to realize that Satan is an ardent Bible student. He's not just someone that's trying to deceive us. He understands the Bible better than most Christians, better than Israel. Where's Satan quoting from? Do you know? Let's have a look. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Can you see this is Psalm 91? The devil is quoting from Psalm 91. He's interacting with Jesus and he's quoting the scriptures that the Jews believe to try and deceive Jesus. Isn't that incredible? So Jesus moves from the most holy, he becomes flesh. He grows up, and during his time in the holy place, it must be apparent that Satan was waiting for him in the outer court. You see this graphic? Here we have an excellent depiction of how Satan is waiting for him, right? Jesus is growing up, waxing, his knowledge is increasing with wisdom and spirituality, etc., etc., and he's growing tall. But out in the outer court, Satan in this section is waiting for him. Now, notice what happens. In the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius, Jesus was baptized. Do you remember the movement of Jesus out to be baptized? What does the next bit of the Bible tell us? Then Jesus was led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. So there Jesus is waiting for Jesus. The devil is waiting for Jesus. And Jesus, while he was ministering on earth, identified Satan's influence in the world. He identified it in sickness. He says, Behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years. She was bowed together. So she had some sort of arthritis or calcification of the bones. And Jesus answered, Ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan hath bound, lo, these 18 years, be loosed from the bond on the Sabbath day? Here Satan is binding a woman, and Jesus wants to release her, and the Pharisees are very upset because Jesus is breaking the Sabbath. And Jesus is not breaking the Sabbath. He's showing that the Sabbath is to be a delight, a blessing to Israel. And he takes the opportunity to heal this woman, but he makes it clear that we understand that the Lord did not bend this woman over. Satan has done this. He also shows us, Jesus shows us, that he identified Satan's influence in the church. It wasn't only in sickness, it was in the church. The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemies came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. So the servants of the householder came and asked, From whence then hath it tares? Where do the tares come from? And he said, An enemy hath done this. Very clear how Jesus cuts the distinction between, it just so happened by chance. And he says, no. Like the enemy has bowed that woman double that she couldn't come up straight anymore. So the enemy has infiltrated and has laid his own people, planted his own seeds, the wheat versus the tares inside the church. There was another place where Jesus saw the influence of Satan, and that was amongst the religious leaders. Do you remember what he said to the religious leaders? Let's have a look. Matthew 23, verse 2 and onwards, and I'm going to read you some excerpts from it. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! Woe unto you, you blind guides, you fools, and you serpents, you generation of vipers! How can you escape the damnation of hell? Very, very cutting message. Even more powerful than John the Baptist. John the Baptist really had a cutting message. You remember, he also called them the den of vipers. Now Jesus calls them fools and serpents, meaning that they are from their father, not of Abraham, their father, the devil. So a very cutting message. So the Lord sees in sickness Satan's influence. He sees in the church the problems in the church with the tares that are growing. He sees Satan's influence. And then he sees amongst the religious leader Satan's influence as well. And he calls the religious leaders, some of them he called them serpents, showing the link between Satan and the leaders of the church. Now, let's have a look for a moment at Matthew 18, verse 11. This is a wonderful text because due to this